Since our chairman and vice chairman are not present, we will get this meeting started. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on December 12th, 2025. We'll call this planning commission meeting to order. Marquita, please do roll call.
The members of the planning commission today are Mr. Gary Jewell. Here. Mr. Jeffrey Farmer. Mr. Greg Davidson.
Yes.
Mr. Rob Murray. And Paul Foster sitting in for Commissioner Davidson.
Present. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of November 20th, 2025? Second? Second.
Roll call vote, Mr. Jewell. Yes. Mr. Farmer. Yes. Mr. Davidson.
Yes.
Mr. Murray. And Mr. Farmer. Foster, excuse me.
Aye.
I'll do better.
Okay. Number 5, discussion and possible action to approve or deny the general plat of Bright Acres subdivision, GP 2025-11.
Yes, this is pretty straightforward. This is basically a lot split is what this boils down to. And what's changed is the county changed its regulations back in 2021 with the revision of the subdivision and zoning regulations. And so when you create a lot that is smaller than 5 acres, it's now required to go through the platting process. So that's why we're here today. This particular piece of property is located off of Dobbs and Southeast 15th are the main streets that it's near. The exact piece of property itself is in an unrecorded plat that's actually located off of Southeast 8th Street and Rolling Hills Drive. And so all they're doing in this particular case is they are taking a 5-acre lot and they are splitting it basically in half to where they have a little over 2.5 acres for each lot that you see there. And so item 5 is the general plat application. And item 6 is the final plat application for this same item. So the explanation obviously won't change to the next item, but that's what they're requesting is just to plat their property. That's all I had, unless you had any particular questions of me.
Are there any citizens wishing to speak for this?
I have a question. Not here to complain, I'm just here to get a clarification. I can't, this little red dot right here. Okay, I own this farm right here.
Okay. Ma'am, could we get your name, please?
I'm sorry, Janet Brown, spelled Janyth.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I own this farm right here. OG&E's power lines go right down the side of this subdivision. The only way they have to get in there anymore is coming through this way. And our concern is where exactly is the house going to be? Because if we ever wanted to sell the back half of our property, it would be landlocked if there's not a road right away there.
We don't really care where the house is going to be.
We're not.
We just want
a clarification.
If we ever need it, that's all we're asking.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is this particular lot sits in.
It's these two right here.
Right, but I wanted to give you a bigger.
Yeah, I can't tell from the little red dot.
Right.
It looks like it's blocking getting in.
So this is, you have to come in through Southeast 15th and Dobbs, through this road here, which is Rolling Hills Drive. And this is Southeast, yeah, this is Southeast 8th.
Curves right there.
Right, so they would get access to both of these lots from that direction.
Okay, and is this the corner of my farm?
That is correct.
Okay, so the way the dot is like it was blocking that right there.
Right, this is, what this is just a representation of where the
Okay,
property.
that was my concern.
Right.
Okay, so you're not blocking
No, we're not
the
blocking,
access
no,
to OG&E's power lines or the corner of my farm.
no.
Then I have no problem.
And Eric, what direction are they talking about from this? Parcel
Our
they
farm
got.
is north.
So if you look there on the slide, you'll see the subdivision that's directly north of the denser housing. If you come back west of it, That is the very southeast corner of the 160 acres that they own.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we still had road access to get in, had we ever wanted to sell that back half.
But the road access, they're talking about is actually on the property to the west of this lot split, right?
Yeah, so their access to their property is off of Dobbs. They can access it from there, or they can access it off of Reno. There's multiple ways that they can access their property. It sounded like they were more concerned. There's an OG&E easement that's out there.
Right, and
Well,
OG&E
we want
had,
the right of way into wherever needed.
yeah,
just so we can get
OG&E
in.
cannot get to their poles anymore because the builder of that housing addition built a house in front of their gate. So the only way they have to their poles is through our land.
Yeah, so the subdivision, that densely populated subdivision there actually sits in the city limits of Hera. So it didn't go through us. It wasn't our process. So
Yeah,
We
we don't
didn't-
wanna be in here.
yeah, so that didn't have anything to do with us, but
Okay, it was just where the little red dot was, gave us concern.
Okay.
Or we're fine now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank all of you.
Anybody else wishing to speak for this project?
Good afternoon. I'm Charles Allen with Hale and Associates. We did the land surveying and the plat for this property. This is just simply, like Eric said, a lot split to allow the Beverly and Anthony Bright's son to build a house behind them there off of 8th Street. So happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board? Nope. Okay,
Thank you.
Are there any citizens wishing to speak against this? Nope. Okay, can we get a roll call vote? Oh, yeah, sorry. Is there a motion to approve the general plat?
Motion to approve.
roll call vote, Mr. Jewell. Yeah. Mr. Farmer, Mr. Davidson,
Yes.
Mr. Murray, and Mr. Foster. It's holidays. It's been a long week.
Okay, item 6, discussion and possible action to approve or deny the final plat of Bright Acre subdivision, FP 2025-12. No need for
I
any
don't have
further
any additional
discussion.
information than what's already been
Okay.
discussed.
Is there a motion to approve the final plat?
Motion to approve.
Roll call vote, Mr. Jewell.
Yes.
Mr. Farmer, Mr. Davidson.
Yes.
Mr. Murray, and Mr. Foster.
Yes. Okay, item 7, discussion possible action to approve or deny the final plat of Orchard Hills, Section 1 subdivision, FP 2025-13.
Yes, this particular development is out off of Northwest 234th and MacArthur. It's just north of Cedar Ridge Farms, which is directly to the south. This has been through the rezoning process, general plat, preliminary plat. They just got done constructing the roads back in November. We've been out and done multiple inspections in regards to erosion control, installation of the drainage pipes that are out there. We're out there when the road stabilization was being completed, and then we were out there when the road was being installed as well. District 3 superintendent and the county engineer have reviewed the testing reports in regards to the asphalt subgrade. There was no issues there. I've received a bond for the erosion control bond and the road bond for this development. So the erosion control bond will be held from 1 year, the date of approval from the Board of County Commissioners, and then the road bond will be held for 2 years, as long as they have access to a construction entrance, which I had sent everybody a letter about that issue here recently. And so if there's not a construction entrance during the construction of the homes, then we hold on to the bond for 10 years. So they're aware of that requirement. We'll see what direction the developer decides to go. But so everything is in place in regards to bond testing and inspections that have been done. So just like all of these subdivisions that we have, they're a living organism. It's something that we're going to have to watch. There are some concerns that we have in regards to the north cul-de-sac, and as you come back from that, just erosion control issues. You know, they have erosion control out there. It's not that it's not there. You're just dealing with pretty good slopes. There's some bare areas that need to be sodded, obviously, with the winter time. It's a little bit more difficult to do. So again, it's not something that we're overly concerned about to where it couldn't be approved. It's just something that we watch just like with any subdivision. So with that, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer those.
Any questions or discussions from the board?
And Rhett, this is phase one of multiple phases, I guess.
Right. So at least the initial conversation when the development was being put into place was the pond that you see there that goes basically from southwest to northeast. Once this development was completed, I assume once they get so many houses in there, then they'll flip on the other side of that pond and start phase two at some point in time.
They're not planning on connecting the two.
No, you really can't, just because of the ponds that are there. There's quite a bit, obviously there's quite a bit of floodplain in the north. So there were several discussions during the general plat, is kind of when they brought up the development as a whole. We had all those discussions trying to connect them together, and it's just something that's really not feasible. So each development's going to have its own entrance and exit. This part of this development is 33 lots. Most of those lots that are kind of on the south side of the development are 2 acres to give buffer to Cedar Ridge Farm to the south. And then as you go north from there, most of those, or all of them, are 1 acre or larger in size. So there's not a lot of lots. It's going to be a gated subdivision. Actually, they started to work to put the gate and everything just here recently. So I assume, you know, when they do the other side, I would assume it would be gated whenever that portion of the development is done, whenever that may be. So that's what I know at this point. The engineer may be able to provide more information that I'm not aware of.
Anything else? Okay, any citizens here to talk on approval for this?
Good afternoon. I'm Caleb Smith with Craftsman Toll, 300 Point Parkway Boulevard, here to speak in favor of this. Like Eric said, this subdivision has recently been constructed. All of the roadway and drainage improvements have been in accordance with the approved plans. And so we ask for your approval on this. And I'm also happy to answer any questions that you might have. The last thing that I might note is Eric did mention that there were some erosion control issues that they noted. I think that was this Monday at the final field inspection. Those were all put together in a punch list, and we're on board with those. And also the bond is up here at the county. So the developer has plans to get that punch list wrapped up this month and move along. So I'd be happy to answer any other questions.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Anyone present to speak against this project? Nope. Okay. And is there a motion to approve this final plat?
Motion to approve.
For a second.
Roll call vote, Mr. Jewell, Mr. Farmer, Mr. Davidson,
Yes.
Mr. Murray, and Mr. Foster.
Yes. Okay, item 8, discussion possible action to approve or deny a variance to Oklahoma County subdivision regulation, BAP-2025-01.
Yes, so these requests are unusual in nature in the fact that we have so few of these. So since we've come up with this category of application, if you will, we've only really had 3 applications. But what they're asking for in this case is they would like an additional driveway for their property that you see there. So you can see the existing driveway that is, I guess, kind of on the western side of the property. And then you can kind of see the approximate location where we've put in a little drawing there where they want a new driveway. And so the intent or what the ultimate goal is with the driveways is they would like to split this property. Currently it's 5 acres, and so they want to split this into 1 2-acre lot and 1 3-acre lot, if I recall correctly. And so when you're dealing with driveways, the county's regulation is you have to have 200 feet of separation between driveways. If you look at the drawing as it sits today, the driveway that is adjacent to them to the west, the property owner to the west, you have about 118 feet, give or take. That is from that driveway and their existing driveway, and from the existing driveway to the other driveway that is furthest to the east, the next property owner, that one's about 240 feet. So they're in compliance currently with what we have in place in regards to the east driveway, east property owner. Obviously, they're not in compliance, but a lot of these older areas of the county, especially in east, southeast part of the county, you have a lot of older, just large pieces of property, parcels that are out there that a lot of these driveways have been there for quite some time. So my point is, it's basically grandfathered in. So I wanted to give you guys just an idea if the new driveway is allowed, kind of separation between their current driveway, the driveway to the east, just to kind of give you an idea of the distances that you're dealing with by putting in a new driveway. The county engineer wasn't able to be here, but he always has issues with driveways. A lot of the speed limits, and the same thing with this particular section of Southeast 15th, there's a speed limit of 45 miles an hour. He likes to keep separation, number of driveways to a minimum along a section line road, so you don't have as many conflicts of vehicles entering into section line road traffic. I've been out there in this particular area. As far as sight distance, really as you go back to the west, there's really no sight distance issues. They sit on top of the hill, but as you go back to the east, there's a pretty good dip there, and then there's another hill that's beyond that. So there is a little concern there, but I think there's enough visually, there's enough distance to see oncoming traffic. But again, the county engineer's main concern is just traffic entering section line roads. We try to keep those speed limits at 55 most locations. So he's not a big fan of allowing any additional driveways just for safety purposes. So he wanted me to pass his concerns on to the board since he wasn't able to be here. But beyond that, that's all the information that I have, unless you had any particular questions.
What does the county require to be constructed of?
So our requirement, what the driveway is constructed of?
Yes.
So, well, for some time, we had a requirement to where the portion that was in the right-of-way had to be hard surfaced. The county's kind of gotten away from that, so we don't have a requirement in regards to what the driveway is constructed of. Once you get out of the county right-of-way, whatever the people want to do on their private property is completely up to them. So we really don't have any specification that they build the driveway to. The only other thing that we do require, if you need a tin horn to cross over the ditch line that's in the county right away, that tin horn be a minimum size of 18 inches. That's really the only requirement that we have in regards to the construction of the driveway itself.
Since this piece of property is probably about 300 foot wide, and if each property owner on each side of that property put their driveways right next to their property line, there really is, the one doesn't even meet the 200 feet anyway to the west side. So really, they're kind of stuck because of grandfather, like you said. I know this area well. I grew up a quarter mile from this. So that area hasn't changed much in the last 50 years. The way the parcels are, like you said, they're smaller type buildings. It doesn't appear to be any time soon. It could be a subdivision of any size going in there for more additional traffic, so.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. Obviously, we try to gauge those things, but we don't have a crystal ball just like anybody else. So I don't foresee anything at this point. So yeah, kind of what's out there is all that I can foresee, at least at this point. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit information. You're right. As far as the width of the property, it's a little bit smaller than 300 feet. Typically, with these type of requests, the planning commission oversees the driveway aspect of it. Now, if they want to move forward, if this is approved and they still want to move forward with the splitting of the lot, they will have to go to the Board of Adjustment because it doesn't meet the requirement of the 300-foot width of a lot when you're creating new lots. So there are additional boards, if you will, that still have some oversight as this moves forward.
Any other questions, concerns? Nope. Anyone present to speak for this variance?
Well, obviously, we would like to do it. I would not be opposed to all the lowering the speed limit. That makes sense. I am David Eaton, one of the, my wife and I, Andrea, are the ones who have put forward this proposal. And I would not be opposed to having the speed limit lowered on at least that section of 15th Street that would be impacted by this proposal. The plan for this is not to sell any part of the 5 acres anytime soon, if ever, but rather to just build a second house on that property for my wife and I, and then the house we've been in since 1999, we would rent that house.
Any questions? Nope. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Anybody here to speak against the variance? Nope. Okay. Entertain a motion for approval on the variance.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, Mr. Jewell? Yes. Mr. Farmer? Mr. Davidson?
Yes.
Mr. Murray? And Mr. Foster?
No.
So do we have any issue with him saying no as far as members? Or 2 members down? Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. That's it. Go ahead, Mr. Foster.
Item 9, discussion possible action to receive the November 2025 fee fund and expense reports.
If you want to look there towards the back. Excuse me. We're still in the black for right now. Sitting about 25,000 above zero. So we'll see how long that lasts. Obviously, for each month we've kind of been in the red for that individual month, but overall we're still good.
What's the over and under of how long it lasts?
Well, it's a good question. Usually the winter time is, we don't get as many permits, many applications that come in, and usually when you get around the springtime, it'll pick up. So we'll just see how the economy's treating everybody when March rolls around.
All right, item number 10. Oh, sorry.
Motion to receive.
Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer, Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Murray, and Mr. Foster.
Yes. Item 9, any new business at all to be discussed? Nope. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call vote, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer, Mr. Davidson, Mr. Murray, and Mr. Foster.